I was listening to the Unknown Prophet, who has a channel on YouTube, and I really believe he's a prophet. You know, he gets messages from the Most High, and he posted them on his channel, and he was talking about, you know, everything's on God's time. We may want everything to be on our time, and I know at times it could be hard to understand on why things has to be slow, because everybody wants the fast way to things, the shortcut, you know, way to it. But you know, God, it's always going to be the long way home. But the long way home is it helps you learn, it helps you grow, it gives you patience, it gives you strength. You know, things have to happen, right? But in those times, you know, God sends you, you know, beautiful things. He talked about, you know, pay attention to the beautiful things. He brought up about, you know, when you give your child a toy and the excitement the child, you know, receives that toy, the excitement that the child has, or even with animals, how he puts things in place. And it got me thinking to messages, you know, messages from the Lord, God giving you love letters, giving you signs, to pay attention to the signs, because there was a moment in time where I was praying really hard and for somebody, and I was sitting on the front porch, and in that moment a white dove, you know, flew past, right? And you think about that, God planned that moment. You know, that bird had to be born, it had to fly a certain way, you know, it had to eat, but that bird, that dove, was destined to fly past you in that moment, to where, you know, it came from God. And he was in that, and the Unknown Prophet was talking about, go back to the video, was talking about, you know, pay attention to the beautiful things at hand. He used the word at hand, even when it comes to animals, you know, just the beautiful things that I send to you. And what's so crazy in that message, you guys, and I wouldn't lie to you, okay? I come across a kitten. You know, somebody has a kitten, you know, that I've been, a cat, a little bitty cat that I've been just, you know, playing around with, getting close to. You know, it's not mine, but that's not the whole point I was making. The kitten was laying on my hand and purring, and I was just staring at that kitten in its eyes, and that cat was staring back at me, almost like, you know, it could read my mind, like it was looking to my soul, you know. But what's so crazy is, when I was listening to that message, like, that message popped up on my phone, and literally when he was saying that God says, pay attention at hand of the beautiful things that I send to you as you're going through this journey. And he brought up the animals, and which is so crazy, the cat was laying on my hand, and I was having a moment with the cat where he was staring back at me. She was staring back at me, and I was staring at her, and just a purring away. And I know some people may find that, you know, may not see the big deal in it, but when you follow the Lord, you know that's a sign, that's a message of him saying, I love you, I see you, you know, I bring things into your life, even the littlest things. You know, you may be sitting outside and a cat or a dog comes up to you and you know, starts wagging its tail, or a cat may jump on your lap, or a kid might come out of nowhere and give you a big hug. You know, it's those signs that God sends you. And I knew in that moment when that cat was laying on my hand, because I took in my hand in the message of the video, when he was talking about in the animals, that God was saying, I love you, and I'm giving you this moment, this beautiful moment, you know, like, because I love you. It's just, it's those type of things that God does, that he sends to you, even when you're in the waiting period, or if you're got a lot of things going on in your life. God will send you a message that's so undeniable, just to tell you that, you know, he loves you, or for him to say, I'm with you, I see you. And And just think how he plans, how long he knows in that moment you're going to need that message. So it takes things to be born, or takes things to be created. Look how in depth that God goes to give you that message, and or how well he knows you. You know, he created you. And the closer you get to him, the more messages, right? The more messages he sends, love letters. And even if you're in the dark, he'll send you a sign to be like, hey, you're in the dark. You may not have a relationship with me, but I'm calling on you. Hey, come close to me. Get to know me. I love you. You know, I forgive you. You know, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. So pay attention, because wherever you are, God, Father, you are so important to him. It's like when you have a bond with Father, he makes it seem like you're his favorite. But he has favorites, right? He loves everybody. But he makes it feel like you have that own special bond like nobody else has. But he has a bond like that with every one of his children. You know what I'm saying? Like, just pay attention. If you really start to pay attention, you'll see the love letters that God sends to you. Just a reminder to say, hey, I love you. I'm here. Even though things may not be so wonderful, or no, let me not say that. Even things may be on the downside, I'm here. But pay attention to the little things. The little simple things. If you pay attention real hard, you will receive a love letter from God.